So in this small bowl I decided today to use the Hershey's Special Dark Chocolate. You can use the regular if you want. This is a mini, some people call it Texas sheet cake, chocolate sheet cake. But a lot of people, especially in the southern states, I live in southern Missouri and Arkansas. We grew up on these. They're kind of a flat cake. And I have a 9x7 baking pan here. And I'll leave a link in the description below if you need one. It's a small pan. So this is a mini cake. Anyway, what I have in here is a half a cup of sugar, half a cup of all-purpose flour, I put an 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. Some call for a quarter, but I used an 1/8. 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. Let's see. I'll leave all the ingredients in the description box below. And did I say 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda? And I just took 1 egg. And I took a spoon and I just took half the egg yolk out and added it to it. You really don't need any more than that. Unless you want it to taste eggy, because it's a small amount of cake mix. And then I melted a 1/4 cup of butter and poured that in. And let's see, water, a 1/4 cup of water. Anyway, I think that's it. Mix that up, and then I greased the pan. I had the oven preheated to 350. I'm going to put this in the cake pan, put it in the oven, be back soon. It should take between 12 and 15 minutes. In the meantime, you have to make up the frosting, and I'll be back with that. So here it is. Whoop. Just bang it out a little bit, get it even. Now stick it in the oven, keep an eye on it, 12 to 15 minutes, and be back with the frosting. Now you can do this in a small saucepan on the stove, which you'd probably rather do. I'm using that little mini 6-cup rice cooker just because it's easy to clean up and I like using it. But anyway, I have in here 2 tablespoons of butter. Let's see, what else? 1.5 tablespoons. You can put, usually calls for buttermilk. I just put milk. You can use whipping cream, whatever. I'll have the ingredients in the description box below. And then I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder, and I'm going to use the dark, and 1 cup of powdered sugar. And I'll mix that together, and when it just starts simmering, like it just starts to come to a boil, and mix it real well, then take it off the heat. And you want to put this on hot, on the hot cake, when the hot cake comes out of the oven. And it kind of sinks down in there, gives it a fudgy consistency, icing. So if this is done before the cake is, I'll just leave it on warm to keep it hot. Okay, I forgot to mention you need to stir just about continuously because you don't want it to burn. But I just use a small spatula, silicone spatula, and I go like this and stir off and on. It gets all the lumps out. You can use a whisk if you want, but it's really not necessary if you have a small silicone spatula. Okay, and then you want to bring this up to just starting to boil. The cake can take anywhere from 12 to 17 minutes depending on your oven. Mine took 17 before the toothpick came out clean. So now while the cake's hot, I just got an oven, I'm going to pour the hot frosting over the top of it. Back soon. So here it is. You can just tilt your pan. Different ways to spread the frosting after you pour it on. Or you can spread it with a, spatula or something. But you want to do it quick and get it on there while the cake's hot. And you just let it set and all of it cool together. And then we'll have a taste test. It'll have that nice, fudgy, yummy frosting that sinks down in the cake a little ways. Yummy. It's almost like a brownie type cake. Anyway, we were raised on this as kids. This is all we knew for cake. Even for birthday cakes. We call them flat cakes. See, they're not very tall, but they are yummy. A lot of people put nuts on them, pecans or walnuts. My mother-in-law did that, but my mom didn't put nuts on ours. And so today I'm just making it like this, but you're going to add nuts. You can also top it with a little vanilla ice cream. Yum. Okay, it's very shiny. Looks so pretty. Okay, back soon. I should have said at the beginning that this will feed 2 to 4. 2 if you want some for the next day. Because you can make 4 pretty good size large pieces, but, you know, they're not very tall. So, you can make 4 good size pieces. If you're having company, you can make, I would say 6. They're a little smaller, but big enough to put a little ice cream on. But this is a mini one, enough for 2 people, and maybe 4 if you want to share. You can see where the frosting sunk down into the cake in spots. Anyway, it's cooled off now, and I'm just going to take a little piece here. I'm just going to use a silicone spatula. I don't want to scratch up my pan. We'll see how that works, but I'm just going to take a little taste test, so I don't need that big a piece. Let's see how this works. Hopefully it's not sticking. Ah, very good, very good. There you go. Ooh, I got crumbs everywhere. Got my fork. Well, I shouldn't have shook that spatula off so hard. Cake crumbs went flying. I don't know if you can see, my lighting's not all that good, but here's about how thick it is. Look at that shiny frosting and see how it sets up. Yum. Reminds me of when I was a kid. Okay, let's have a little taste test here. That sure does remind me of when I was a kid. That's so good. I really think I like the dark cocoa powder better. It tastes like devil's food cake. I don't know if you can see this frosting very well, but that's like a signature frosting for this Texas sheet cake. See that? It's so good. It's not too sweet, but it's sweet enough. It's chocolatey. So good. Well, I hope you try this, friends. It's really quick and easy. And it doesn't take many ingredients to do this, really. I mean, a half a cup of sugar, half a cup of flour, and then your other ingredients. You need powdered sugar for the frosting, but it's really tasty. Well, you might want to try this Hershey's Special Dark Chocolate Cocoa Powder because it is delicious. It's still, the sheet cake's still made like the southern ones, but it's a little more chocolatey, which I love. I love it, love it. Anyway, a little vanilla on the on top of this wouldn't hurt a thing, would it? But I'm out right now. That's okay. It's pretty good. All the ingredients will be listed in the description box below. Just hit the more, where it says more. And also, I'm leaving a link for this little mini pan. It worked good. Now, my cake turned out a little uneven because my stove needs leveled out. And one day, maybe that'll happen. I've been waiting for quite a while. Okay, friends, this is pretty yummy. Hope you try it one day. Because for a scratch cake, you know, it's pretty easy. And if you want to make a larger sheet cake, you can. You know, just take it times 4 and put it in a larger sheet cake pan. I forget what those run, 15 by, I don't know. I'll try to look that up and put it in the description box below because you can make a big one of these too. And I'll put what you need to do that with in the description box. Okay, friends. Well, thanks for watching. It's yummy. Hope you try it. Bye-bye.